For the past decade and a half, the Lexus GX has been available as a modified version of the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, a pint-sized cruiser sold in markets other than ours. During this time, the GX built a cult following not so much for its luxurious surroundings and suburban street cred as for its amazing off-road abilities. Hit the roads traveled by serious off-roaders and you'll find GXs decked out in off-road modifications, with owners driving them like a Toyota 4Runner or a Jeep Wrangler. For 2024, Lexus introduces the all-new GX, which showcases off-road capabilities as well as retro rotor styling embraced by its rivals. We expect that GX hot glamour may have some concern that the new SUV will give up the capabilities they value. We just took a short off-road drive in the pre-production GX550 Overtrail, the new off-road focused trim, and we've got some good news to share. Better living through electronics. Lexus aims to show us that the GX is a civilized off-roader in the vein of Land Rover by setting up a short off-road course in the woods around Fuji Speedway. For the most part, this is true. The power steering does a great job of filtering out kickback, keeping the fingers light on effort, regardless of the terrain. The new GX-isti, kinetic dynamic suspension system, works on a mechanical system that disengages the sway bars when the wheel drops. Lexus had us drive the GX through holes drilled to demonstrate axle articulation, and it really took a lot of height adjustment to hang the wheel. What happens when a tire hangs up or the GX loses traction is interesting. Lexus asked us to turn on the multi-terrain select (MTS) system and switch it to automatic mode. And we found that the GX handles like an all-wheel drive crossover. When forward motion stops, you just feed a little accelerator and wait. The system detects where the traction is. And after a couple of strokes, the GX smoothly resumes forward motion. Yes, there are old-fashioned ways to achieve the same goal, as the GX allows you to lock the center and rear differentials. But the electronics make it easy. Proof of how well MTS works, Lexus has two GXs to sample. A US-spec GX550 with 33-inch off-road tires and a look-alike Japanese model that wears less aggressive tires. Road tread pattern. The latter lost traction earlier and more often. But with the help of MTS, it overcame the same obstacles with only a little more effort. Crawl control works, but still needs work. The GX also gets crawl control, a result of hill descent control that keeps the GX moving at a constant speed regardless of whether it's going uphill or downhill. Think of it as off-road cruise control. We tested the system at its lowest speed on rocky climbs and descents. The climb was fine, but on the descent the GX responded to the skid by stopping completely, then going again, then stopping, then going, then stopping, then going. It didn't cause the GX to lean forward and backward like previous versions of crawl control, nor did the system provide the smooth, continuous descent that other vehicles were capable of. As we mentioned earlier, these were pre-production models. Their calibration is far from final, so perhaps the tuning improves before the final spec GXs start rolling off the assembly line. One of our favorite aspects of the GX is the styling, and we were pleased to see its practical side. Boxy hood scoops help frame the trail, like a Ford Bronco's winged gun sights. As for what you can't see with the long hood stretching out in front of you, the GX, like other Lexus and Toyota off-roaders, has a multi-terrain monitor system that uses front-facing cameras and a bit of optical trickery. The area under the front wheels. It's a great idea that doesn't work out so well in practice. We're not sure if it's the low resolution of the camera and screen, or the nature of the 2D image, but the system doesn't show elevation changes, so it's flat. The rocky road looks identical to the masses of stones blocking it. More useful are side view cameras that show how close you are to the edge of the road. Lexus GX. the refined rock crawler, our overall impressions of our brief stint with the GX were positive. Like the Land Rover Defender, the new GX turns serious off-roading into braking for the gentle. As for the GX's die-hard off-road fanbase, they can rest assured that the new GX will prove to be just as capable as their current steed despite its larger size. As for everyone, including us, we can get excited about the arrival of a new high-end luxury SUV with legitimate off-road credentials. We've been dying to drive the 2024 Lexus GX since the hood broke. And this teaser makes us believe we won't be disappointed with the final product.